Hello guys, this is my first video in English and English is not my mother tongue, but I'm going to try to explain what I've been written lately about bench programming. So first of all, this is a little disclaimer. You gotta read about it. All those ideas inside here, they have they are not from me exactly, but they are elaborated or changed and somehow copied, but the main ideas are not from me. I'm not a coach. I don't have any formal education inside coaching, so it's always good to be and taking some experience and look up about people who know more than me and more than us. So yes, let's start about those examples of intensity progressions in a bench press. This is a classic intensity. It means that you are going to uh, put some more weight for every week that goes, and in the end, you're going to be able to do something you couldn't be able to do, like this one, 5 per 5 at 80% plus 5 kilos. All right, and on Fridays, you're going to repeat your very first day on Monday because this is going to keep um, your brain and your body up to date. You are telling your body and your brain what you are going to learn. So this is very good to do. To train one time in a week is not a very good idea, generally speaking. The second example is a little bit on the same, but with a plus on Wednesdays. Uh, Wednesdays, it's going to be a light day, and it depends how you're going to work. You're going to work on this day, work out on this day. It depends on how you feel about your own bench. So if you're strong in the closure, or if you are weak at the very beginning of the lift, so you're going to choose some other exercises, like always bench, of course, but for instance, floor press or a board, maybe several boards. It depends on the thickness, and of course, you can always have a longer pose at your chest. All right, if that is the area where you're going to work or where you want to work more. Okay, example 3 is more about it's a progression in which every set is going to be added for every week and substituted from 80 to 85. So the progression is going from 10 sets with a higher percent at 80%, and in the end you're going to do 10 sets of 3 repetitions with 85%. That's quite good indeed. Same here. You can do the same thing with this Wednesday variation, and you can put, I've written 70% here, but you can choose 60% if you want to. And of course, you can work on time as well. You can have 3 seconds isokinetic work, like 3 seconds on your way down and 3 seconds on your way up, and you can add 1 second each week. You can start with 1 second and add up 1 second every week. Eventually you're going to be better. And if you want to, you can also have some other variations, like having a longer pose at your chest. You can start with 1 second. You can go on with adding 1 second for each week. Of course, this day is going to be very easy. It's always important to have a quite difficult day, an easy day, and intermediate day. Okay, these examples are taken. Yes, this looks like a Russian progression smaller progression, but a bit shorter. This is quite requiring, and if you want to, you can just change all this data right here. So for instance, you can put 5 kilos or 2,5 kilos if you want to, or even put some percentages inside there, like 5% more or 10% more. It depends. It depends on your bench, it depends how strong you are, how you feel, and so on. So if you are not very comfortable with so many kilos, you can always put something lighter and you just go on with your progression in a milder way. It's not wrong. It's just this is just an example. Um, let's see here. Yeah, you're going to substitute, start from 5 times 5 at 75%, and you're going to end with 5 times 5, 80%. It's quite a good result right here. Sometimes it depends on your bench level. I know many people who are stronger than me. They cannot do a 5 times 5 with 8%. I don't know why, but I always find it quite challenging, but not impossible. It's not easy, but it's not difficult either. So it's something I like to do, and that's why I always put, like right here, 5 times 5 at 80% on Fridays. You can, of course, you can always change this to your 5 times 5. If you have a comfortable 5 times 5, put that number inside here, and then you're going to change the progression by that standard, right? This is a progression of volume first. No, yeah, volume first, adding one set each week and continuing with the same procedure with 5 kilos more. This is a classic Russian bench press program. It's called Smolov Junior, and it's very good. Especially this variation with 5 kilos the first week and plus 10 kilos the second week. It's going to be very, very hard. If you want to, you can always put some other kilos inside here, like 2.5 and 5 kilos right there. It's going to be easier, but it's going to be challenging, I promise you. This, I think this is the program I have got my best results with. It's very good. Yeah, this is also a very good example, interesting, because you start with a 5 times 5, 80%, and each week you're going to substitute some sets from here and adding some more at higher percentage. So this is a very nice progression. And in the end, you're going to do less of 85 and more of 90%. So in the end, you should try and test your bench again and see if you got some results. Yeah, this is also a Smolov based program, but it's a bit easier, as you can see. Yeah. Here as well, this is Smolov just divided by 2 days instead of 4 days. Smolov is 4 days a week, the original one. You can, of course, do it twice a week. It's gonna take longer time, and I don't know if it's gonna be as good as the original one. I've tried this, and I didn't get as much results as the other one, but of course it's much easier and it's lighter on your central nervous system. Here as well, you can train with boards at your chest. You're going to have a shorter lift. So in this way, you can put more weight and you can train with more weight and getting used to more weight, especially in the final part of the bench, like in the end. And on the other day, you're going to have ramping triples with a back off in the 5 times 5, 80% of this weight right here. So if that day you manage to do 3 reps with 10 kilos, your 5 times 5 is going to be with 80 kilos. If you manage more, you have to calculate it. Same idea on Wednesdays. Here as well, the progression is going to be on the room of movement right here, excluding and taking away some bores for each week. So you're going to start with 4 bores, something like this. I don't know, probably 15 centimeters or something like that. And for every week you're going to take away 1 board, and the last week there is no board, and you're going to be used to 90% weight with 5 times 5. That's a very, very good result if you manage to do that. Same trick Fridays. All right, this is intensity progression right here with lesser volume for every week, but you're going to have some waves here, starting 70s and then going up and then back again, but having some more volume, as you can see. This is very good because you're going to trick your brain thinking that this weight is much easier than it is, because you have been so used to lifting higher weights. All right, it's good progression right here. This is something of the same with waves. Russians are always the best. All right, you have to learn that. You can take any weightlifting program and put it in your bench, and it's gonna work. Here, this is very challenging. You have to be a very good bencher from before. You can always substitute those kilos with, of course, percentages. So if you want to have a lighter version, you can put it in percentages instead of kilos, and of course you can always change those in lighter weights, so you can adapt this progression to your need. All right, this is volume progression. It means that you start 6 times 6 is 36, and you end 8 times 6 is 48, right? So you are getting used to do more with the same weight, and when you get used to do more with the same weights, you're going to be stronger as well. Here it is. This is on the 6 repetitions on 5 repetitions, and the same idea on Wednesday and Fridays as well. Okay, this is more like a bodybuilding style that personally I can do sometimes in very short periods, but it's the strength I'm looking after here, right? So we are going to all these progressions I presented, they are going to work with the strength, and of course train for strength and size will follow. As who said that? I don't remember. Tate, maybe. It's a very famous coach. Okay, this is an example of a complete workout. Mondays, Wednesday, and Fridays. I always like to have very simple and very few exercises, but basically they are divided in 3, like pushing, pulling, and squatting. That's the 3 movements we can do as human beings, so you should do that. This is classic ABA example of bodybuilding. Lots of supersets and so on. You can take a look at that. Put the link in the description. And this is very good example of bench programming, starting by having some more intensity, and in the end you're going to test your max. All right, same here, easy day, and same here, a little bit of easy day as well. This is going to be challenging because you're going to have some time progressions. All right, if you have some question, just put it inside here, and I'm going to give you the link to this file. Bye.